Well, hello. So, alright. I have taken another saw apart and gotten a gasket and a shoulder bolt. And we've gotten this bolted on it. We've got the intake cleaned up on it. We have got the SDC mounted. I have found a throttle linkage and changed it because you had to put the other linkage on it. I gotta drive this out yet, this roll pin, and put the choke on it. I have drilled and tapped this hole and this hole and found other bolts. Now you can see this is flush and this is not, but that's because one has a washer and one don't. Now this fuel line, what we're going to do here is we're going to cut it off, the end of it there a little bit, and put it on here, and we should be alright. Now this would be a one jet, but this is a good carburetor. I know it's a good carburetor, and it'll be fine for this 110 for all he's going to do with it. So basically what we did do it was we put the better style muffler on it, we put a better carburetor on it, and changed the choke in it. And I don't know about spark or anything yet because we didn't get that far, but we're going to try to keep it, back up here a little bit, we're going to try to keep it as original as we can, okay? Because I don't know, but like I said, I think it was one of his dad's saws, so I don't, they're kind of a rare bird. You don't really see that many 110 Max around, or 210s. You just don't. I mean, they're around, but you just don't see that many of them out. You know, and I know, like, he's going to want to take this saw to, like, events and things like that. You know, this saw still has an old hard-nosed bar on it. Like, you know, so, like, why? You get what I'm saying, right? Less is more, kind of like what I'm thinking with this. Let's just let it kind of the way it should and just improve it with a better carburetor. Like if you'd have took it back to McKellen and they'd have took the bullfrog off and converted it, which they did, this is what they would have did. So we have, like I said, we have to switch this choke lever yet, which I have some other parts out of a 1010 or something. We'll pull that out, switch that lever so we can put the other choke rod on it and slide it through the rubber thing here, and then we'll be all set up there. But I mean, it's gonna work nice. The air cleaner and everything will work on it. It's what I was after. So I try to get all this stuff done before I put it back on there, because then that way it's done. I can flip it over and work at it and make sure my bolts are right and whatnot. But like I said, you can tell it's a low hour saw. You can just tell by looking at it. It's a low hour saw. I mean, you can tell by looking at the sprocket on it. I mean, you just look at the wear on the dogs in it. The pull start. I mean, it's cut some wood. I'm not going to say that, but you know. And we got the air cleaner and everything for it, so I want to try to stick with what we got. Now, like, we have 2 jets we could put on it, but I don't really want to do that, you know what I mean? So this is just my little bucket of McCullough parts here, all the into stuff I have laying around that I just, you know, there's a good intake there. There's a good intake box, and they're just little odds and ends of stuff I don't throw away because you never know when you might need it. Alright, so we have got, we're going back together with it here now. This is all sealed up. We've got a 1-jet SDC on it. We've got the choke hooked up. I have to find the little bracket, I know I have it, so we can mount the lid back on it. And I'm just going to put it back together here and see if we can get it going. I have another gas cap I'm going to give them too, because somebody has put a screw in this and it just looks awful to me, especially if he's going to haul it around. So, right on. That's what we're doing here right now. So welcome along. Probably could have ported this saw, but I thought this was the best way to make it more reliable for him so he could play with it. Not have to worry about tunability issues and things like that. And I pressure checked it and it didn't leak. So I just couldn't tear it apart. It was so nice, looked inside the cylinder and whatnot. I mean, it kind of, if it's not broke, don't fix it type of thing, I guess. Like I said, you can see by the bottom of it there, it's not, I've seen them a lot worse. Like, I mean, it's got some wear where you can see it's been like hauled in a truck or whatever, but it's been kept care of. So, and, you know, Mr. Arnett has that, them other ported saws, that 372, and that big steel 881 or whatever it is. I think that's what it is. So it's not like, you know, if he wants something that cuts fast, he can just get one of them out and start shredding on it, you know. But like, look at the screw it was in the handle, it's still got the paint on it, so how much could something like that be have been used, you know? I mean, you never know. It could have been used a lot and just well kept care of too. That's a possibility. I'm not saying it's not. So when you change one of these over from a bullfrog to an SDC, you can either change the top, because 210 is whenever they started. They went away from the bullfrog because the linkages are different. Like this would be the linkage out of one with the bullfrog. So what we had to do was we had to change this choke. So this would have been the choke that would have been in it and it would have said prime. Now it says choke. So we've taken these out of like a 110 or something like that. And this rod and that rod. This is the same and that's the same, and it'll hook right up to your trigger, right? So it takes a little bit of work, and you have to, you can do it without taking it apart, but I don't like to do it because I like to, like I said, make sure them bolts are flush. So just, you got to drill that and then tap it at a 1224 tap, and you got to drill it 170, I think the drill chart says to drill it, but I drilled this at 154 and then run a 1224 tap in it. Like these are all other carburetor bolts and stuff, so I mean it takes a few parts to do it. It's not like you can just take one apart and do it unless you have some rods and, you know, basically some other part saws laying around is what I'm telling you, because we had to find muffler stuff too. So, you know, that's, you know, we pulled this muffler off something, which is a really nice one of my part saws. It was out in the pile laying for a shoulder bolt, but I mean, I don't know. See, that won't fit on it because that don't have that hole, but the shoulder bolt will work, one of them. So, and this old muffler here that was on it, it's just done. So we're better off just to get rid of it. Like I said, we're going for reliability. This is Mr. Arnett. You know what I mean? We want him to have some nice stuff because you never know who might run it. So this big tree right here, this is going to be one of the ones we climb. And this one over here for sure. They're probably, I don't know, I'm going to say it's a good 80, 90 feet. Smitty, you don't have a flannel shirt on. You can't be freaking, whatchamacallit off tool time. Ow. Smitty's a certified electrician. You guys know that, right?
Certified?
Yeah.
By that blank piece of paper?
By YouTube.
Yeah, certified by that blank piece of paper.
He's a certified YouTube electrician. Don't do what he does at home.
And yes, it is live.
That's why I'm recording. That way, if it gets him, we can check him out. A skeleton, like when he lights up like Daffy Duck.
Freaking screw stripped.
Is it? Well, that sucks. Well, anyway, I'm not going to do a whole bunch of video on his shop, but we're getting there. I think we've got about 8 pieces left. It's like freaking tropical heat wave in here now, ain't it, Smitty?
Yeah.
There you go. One ceiling. Mr. Briscoe gave him all that stuff before Solid Fest, and, well, it's up. The nails are pretty expensive, but it's nailed up. That's all that matters. Look at all that bright light. That's like YouTuber stuff over there. Look at him sit. Just think, if you come next year, you could sign this fridge. Look, bellhopper. Mama Muffler. I've seen her somewhere before.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lita.
Big Lita.
Happy birthday to you.
And Annie more until she's 104.
104?
Yeah.
Well, play the
Kiddo.
Yay!
2, because she's 2 years old. Right?